Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're gonna have a quick talk about the new battle pass, not necessarily because it's the same as before, but rather because it's different. If you remember correctly, the first time battle pass were introduced, it was 2 years ago. And right now, Wargaming is coming back with an updated version. They kind of cleaned off everything that was pissing pretty much everyone about it, especially the fact that it was extremely long to get to the top. And well, even if it's not perfect, they still improved it quite well. And this is what we're going to take a look at today, and maybe hope for us to get something even bigger next year in May, when we will celebrate the 3rd anniversary of the first battle pass ever introduced. As I mentioned, the first battle pass was introduced the 14th of April 2020 with, I already forgot the name, but the KV-1S lookalike that has the first time it was introduced the special attachment that made the star, the red star on the back and the rear of the tank shining this thing. And well, it was kind of a hype at first, but tends to get boring because we got new tanks every single month, making tier 6 completely unplayable for free-to-play players because those tanks for most are better than their Tech 3 counterparts. And unfortunately for us, it seems like Wargaming decided not to change that at all, because when we take a look at the upcoming one, which is basically Wolverine put at tier 6, it seems like it's also going to be a really interesting tank. But at least here, it seems quite historical because this is a French M40 Wolverine that was given to the French to fight the Germans during World War II, if I'm not mistaken, because we currently have this tank also in War Thunder, and I played it, and it's a really good tank, at least on War Thunder, so I'm excited to see what we will have in the game, what are going to be the specs, etc., because right now I did not really take a look at them. So the main difference here is that instead of having those daily missions and therefore having to play every single day in order to get the battle pass completed, you will have a choice to make. The choice of being either free to play or a premium player. The main difference being a little bit upsetting for premium players in my opinion, but let me explain. First of all, if you are a free to play player, you will have weekly missions which are not linked to a day, a particular day. For example, back in the days when you had a mission that says you need to have 3 kills with a medium tank, for example, well, you had to do it before 12 p.m. or before 12 a.m. depending on your zone in order for you to get the achievement. Right now, it's only about being able to do your missions weekly. You will have, for example, as they are stating, destroy 12 heavy tanks in 1 week or deal 63,000 HP of damage in a week. And all of that makes it a little bit easier and more comfortable because if you are a good player, you can literally get those missions done in 1 hour maximum per week and still be able to complete the whole battle pass. And this is truly awesome because finally they are taking into consideration people having jobs or people having kids, people that can't spend their entire free time in World of Tanks Blitz. Now we must talk about the license, which is the equivalent of the premium battle pass. Here things are going to be a little bit different because it will allow you to unlock every single weekly missions to be completed, not like finish them all for you in one go. What I mean by that is that those missions you see right there on the screen, those are the first missions you will have at the first set during the first week. After, when you click on replace because you finished them or something like that, because you bought a license, you will have 6 new missions that you will be able to complete, which means that you can literally finish the battle pass the first day if you buy the license. And if they keep the exact same price for it, it means that for $5 you will unlock multiple, and really I insist on that, multiple types of rewards in the first day, which is a really good advancement in my opinion, because I guess that having to play every single day to be able to unlock the tank because you paid $5 for it could be upsetting, and I'm glad that they are finally taking that into consideration. On top of that, it seems like Wargaming is driven away or giving away a premium pass required mission, which doesn't seem to be the hardest. I mean, yeah, be among the top 3 players on your team by damage deal depending on your skill, it can be quite difficult. But still, let's say that, well, at least you'll have one more mission that you will probably able to switch over different ones. So it's probably, in case you struggle doing one mission, you will at least be able to skip to the premium one. And well, when you complete all of them, you see that you have those regular rectangles that tells you at what stage of the mission you're in. Now, for the aspects, I think that it would be quite good for us to take a look at what this Battle Pass brings in. First of all, the new Tier 4 new. It's the M3 It's a really good tank, and it really feels weird to say that about the M3 but to be fair, as a Tier 4, this tank is just doing the job. And it's available in the new Battle Pass if you buy the premium one. It's a nice reward, even if I'm sure that most of you will sell it based on the fact that it looks completely ugly. It's just horrible. But what we are looking for right now is that thing right there. I'm gonna remove the subtitles. It's called the Chars. Kind of like the name. I guess that it has something linked to its historical situation and the fact that it was given to France, as I said. But, well, it's just a reskin Wolverine, as mentioned, or a Jackson if you prefer. Yeah, I mean, it could be quite interesting to see how they are gonna deal with it, because basically, if they went for something that is quite armored and not mobile, it's going to be quite close to the already existing Wolverine we have in the game. But if they tried something a little bit different, maybe adding more horsepower and reducing the armor, we're gonna get something close to the Hellcat, which would make it quite an interesting tank to play with. Now, for the rest, nothing changes. You have 60 stages instead of 80, which means that you are going to be able to get the Battle Pass even faster than before. And well, I think it's overall just a big bonus for us to finally be able to get those Battle Pass, not necessarily for a cheaper price, but at least being able to finish it as fast as possible. Now, one thing to talk about concerning the Charles is that, well, when we take a look at Jackson that is already implemented into the game, you see that the caliber is quite wide, which means that I guess we're gonna have the exact same tank, but with a smaller gun that will probably shoot faster, but rather have a lower alpha damage instead of this one that has 225, which could be interesting in a way, but I don't know if it's really gonna find its place on the battlefield. Maybe in your garage if you're a collector, but that's it. Now, let's take a look at the Jackson, the tier 6 from the tech tree. That is the closest we could get right now from the Charles, the new Battle Pass tank. So basically, what are the main specs? A fully traversable turret, an impressive gun, and kind of an average mobility. People will probably make you think that you can bounce shots in your turret. It's not true. Do not try to bounce anything with the Jackson, even if it looks like it can bounce. If it doesn't go straight into the gun mantlet, you are just gonna get snapped out of existence. So what we're gonna do right now with this tank, and the only suitable tactic, is to find a spot from which you can shoot your shots while trying to remaining hidden from all the shots that you could take. Unfortunately, on this map, it's a little bit complicated. I'm gonna try this position right there because this is one of my favorite ones, but I do not think that it's going to be sustainable. But let's see. We never know. After all, maybe that... Oh... finally. Finally, we're doing something. Okay, so... we are sneaking our shots right now, not taking any risks. Oh, am I gonna get spotted? Probably not. Okay, I'm good for the moment. As you can see, I'm not trying to brawl against the enemies. I'm taking some distances as well, because this is truly the kind of thing you must do with the Jackson. And right now on our side, we are getting completely destroyed. At least the cool thing is we have a fully traversable turret. So if the Dicker Max is here, oh, and he's over there, we can snap some shots on the guy. So there we go, 2 shots, maybe another one. Perfect. Now I'm in a 1 versus 3. It shouldn't be too much of a struggle, to be honest. As long as I manage to kill the MT25, I should be safe from everything else. Let's see, can I get him? No, he's not trying anything, unfortunately. Yeah. Hear me out, boys. Hear me out. Right now, there is the MT, there is the VK, and I must try something. We need to kill those guys before the heavies are coming back, and this is exactly what we're gonna do, because right now, we have the high ground, we have more hit points, and no. You can't escape, man. You can't escape. 2, 1. Can I penetrate with an HE? No. Rip. Okay, I'm gonna take this one as well. Yeah. Not a problem after all. Not a problem. We got the V201 with us. And he did the right thing by coming back, to be fair. But now, yeah. Tiger P and 40 TP. It's going to be a little bit difficult, especially if the V201 doesn't go straight in. But as long as I'm using my 10 degrees of gun depression, we should be able to do the job. So there we go. Let's try it out. We circle. We are going to try to poke around the corner from here. Yeah. It's starting, boys. It's starting. Can we maybe make him bounce? Or maybe that the guy is literally not going to shoot anything at us. And now we are doing some peekaboo. As you can see, when it goes straight into your gun mantlet, you can bounce, which is the only time you will bounce ever with this tank. And right now, it gives me enough hope for me to rush in. But unfortunately, the Hellcat did the job before. Now, we only have to deal with the Tiger P. He has the... Ah, shit, he has the gun depression. I thought that he didn't have the gun depression and that he would have to push a little bit forward to get us, but it seems like it's not the case. Okay, let's turn around. The heavy is going on the Tiger P, easy, maybe not. Sneaking first shot, waiting for my reload. He's locked right now. The Hellcat's probably gonna deal with him, and yes, we finished the game with a pretty fair amount of damage and 3 people still remaining in our team. So what does it tell us about the Charles? You can expect the same tank with maybe a gun that will shoot faster but has a lower DPM. So it will make it more comfortable to finish off targets, but not necessarily the best when it comes to deal damage. So maybe that on this point the Jackson will be a better tank, which means that maybe that it will not be the best tank, this Charles. So I'm just gonna wait for them to implement it, and we were gonna see if yes or no the tank will be worth it, because I will do a video regardless. So hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And personally, I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.